Hi guys, Nikki's here. So it's another rainy day. Let me show you. It's really upsetting. I don't know how I feel, but I feel like the weather does affect my mood. And I just feel like, oh, and another thing. I just woke up with another zit on my face as well. This has been killing me. Like, I feel like I'm trying my best to use all of these products, and I don't know, I wash my face like twice or sometimes 3 times a day. Is it too much? Maybe I need to get some like prescription, whatever. I know, I'm sorry. I mean, like, I'm complaining. I have like one here, one here. This is new today. This one is just like a scarlet, but I'm just so not used to having zits because I just don't get zits, and now I do it. It's just killing me. I'm sorry. I'm just venting, and the weather sucks. But today I plan to get out of the house and like go to the mall to get some Christmas present for people. And this morning I have been planning my Hawaii trip. I just went on YouTube and just watched some of the big YouTubers, like where they go in Hawaii and eat. So I just make a list of all the places that he went. And I'm sure you know Mark Means. He's amazing. Anyway, so I wrote down all the places I want to go eat in Hawaii when we go. And I still do, and I still need to go and like look up things to do there, because I mean, they're more than just eating. So yeah, that's the plan for today, and do more job hunting. I haven't seen a lot of new jobs posted, but I'm just gonna go back and make sure that I apply to most of the jobs that are available right now. And yeah, so I finally put on my makeup, otherwise I would look so gross. Sorry, I'm looking over here because this is where I can see my face, and this is the camera over here. But anyway, I think I'm just gonna go down and make some lunch, and then try to go to the mall later. What else? I made meat sauce yesterday for lasagna, and like this one other dish that I'm going to stuff the meat into the peppers. But let me show you what I'm making for lunch. Boiling up some water here. Just boiling some water here so I can quickly boil my broccoli. Broccoli for lunch. And then this is like chicken soup. I'm just gonna heat this up and eat this. Watermelon. Just finish up these shrimpies. Chicken soup. I added some pasta. This is pasta. This is yolk-free pasta. Pretty much, yeah. I just put it in the soup here. There's chicken, pasta, celery, no carrots. And then I'm gonna try to finish up this shrimp that I have. It's been sitting there for a week. Oh, the house smells so good right now. Let me show you something. This I learned from YouTube actually. So have you seen these before? These are like little pebbles that you can put in the washer, and they act as pretty much fabric softener. So I use these. I put them here. Let me show you the little what you call it, wax or essential oil diffuser. So I put them in here, and then light a little tea candle, and then it pretty much acts as that wax. What you call those things? It's like a block of wax, and then you put it there with a candle, and then it's like diffuses out the scents. It's so good. I killed my lunch, yo. So good. Doing more work stuff now. I mean, job hunting. So before I forget to share with you guys, I want to share with you all the books that I use to prepare for my board exam. So the ARDMS Physics, Abdomen, and Ob-Gyn. Alright, so let's start with the physics. It's been like a year since I took it, and honestly I don't remember much, but it was the easiest one comparing to like other stuff. So what I use, this book is so good. It really made the whole physics concept easy, like really the way it's written. It's very straightforward, and honestly, without this, I don't think I could have done it. So if you are taking physics and your school required a different book like mine, get this one as well in addition. So before you take the board, I'm sure your school will also require you to buy this one. It's a registry review. I mean, I don't know if it's required, but I bought it and my whole class used it to review for the SPI. And I have to say, pretty much this one is a summarized version of like this book and all the other physics books. So this is a must-have, and it has the answer key for you, like you have to register online, and then it just pretty much breaks down and summarizes all of the concepts, okay? And then it has practice question at the end of each chapter. So if you just buy this book, read, make flashcard from it, and then practice all the questions at the end, you are good to go, okay? So this is for physics, for the SPI. Now, moving on to abdomen and OB-GYN. This is more complicated. Well, vascular, this is not in the pile for abdomen and OB-GYN, but for my class, I don't know if other schools are using the same textbook, but for my school, we use these 2 volumes, volume 1 and 2 for abdomen and OB-GYN. These are our textbook, okay? Has a lot of good information, very detailed on all the system, also on like patient care and some of the physics stuff as well. So I don't know how your school is teaching you and like what are they teaching you off of, but these 2 are really good, and I'm keeping them for reference in the future because girl, you can't remember all of these, okay? Even doctors still have to go back and reference from their book or like the online library. So oh yeah, liver chapters. So let me just tell you something right now. Like a majority of the board exam, like all the questions that I got, I must have gotten like 50% was like liver, biliary, kidneys, and pancreas. And this Cunard, is it called Cunard? Yeah, the Cunard sectional anatomy of the liver, like it's very helpful because I got so many questions about like where the pathology is placed in this like chart, and I would get an ultrasound image, right? Like say for example this one, no, that's not a good example. Let's say something like that, okay? And then it would ask me like, where is this thing that's placed? Like which lobe, which segment? And there were a lot of questions like that. For example, let me try to find another one. Can't find anything when I wanted to. Okay. So for example, that's the portal vein there, but I want to get one that it's in like a middle of like both lobe. So for example, this one, okay? So it will give you like a picture of, there's like a cyst here, and it would ask you like which segment is this this pathology is located. So you have to know like, okay, this is the left hepatic vein, middle, and the right hepatic vein. So if it's in the middle here, it's gonna be, so like the middle split into the left and right lobe, right? So this will be like the anterior segment of the right lobe of the liver. That is an example. So I got a lot of questions like that, and actually like a lot more complicated than the one I just gave you. Okay, so here comes next the 2 books that actually one of my friends, she let me borrow her, so I didn't have to buy them, but this one is highly recommended by everyone, okay? This book is really good. Honestly, I feel like you don't even have to get the other one. Just study from this book and do the exercises from here. It's amazing. But anyway, I'm just gonna go through this one as well because I have it, and well, it's not mine, but like I also study from this and my class required it, but it's not as detailed as this one, okay? So if you want, you can get this as well. In here, this is the author, And the same concept is like it summarized a lot of the anatomy, pathology, and then at the end it gives you a practice questions here, like a practice exercise that you can do. So the more practice question you do, the better. And then lab values, it's so important, especially in abdomen. There were so many questions about like liver lab values. So for example, it would give you a scenario and it would say, you know, this patient is like certain age group, and then the lab value is increase in AST or ALT, something like that. And then it will ask you, okay, so based on that, like, what do you think the pathology is? And then it also gives you like a picture, or sometimes it just tell you exactly what sonographic findings the patient has along with the clinical findings. So yeah, just do all of these questions, practice questions. The more you can do, the better. And it just breaks down to like all the different organs here, like spleen, pancreas, biliary. But again, I'm just telling you, tip, read and do a lot of practice on the liver, biliary, gallbladder, and kidneys, because there's like a majority of my test was on those. And I talked to my friends too, and they got a lot of those as well, because I mean, the liver is such a big organ. It's very important in our body. So there were a lot of questions in that, like small parts too. I got a couple of like question on scrotal, penis, and I think one question on breast. But yeah, so that's for abdomen, guys. Honestly, if you just buy this book and read it from front to back a couple of times and do all the practice questions, you are good to go. And doesn't matter how prepared you are, there will still be a lot of questions that you've never heard in your life, and that's okay. You will still pass this with a good good score, okay? So the passing score is, let me turn this around. Okay, turn this around. I'm just filming on my phone. But so to pass this, you have to get at least a 555 points. I don't know how the point system works, but yeah, you have to get at least 555 to pass, and then the highest is 700. So I got like, I'm just gonna share with you, it's fine. Like my OB-GYN, I did much better, just because like there are not as many like different system in like OB. You just look at the baby and there's like certain pathologies. So I did pretty well on the OB-GYN. I got to 650, and physically I got 651. Swear to God, like physics was the easiest thing. Like I thought physics would be hard, but no, it was like the easiest thing. And then for abdomen, oh my gosh, abdomen was so hard, guys. Like I feel like I studied, well, I'm just so unlucky when it comes to like all of these testing. Like I got sick on the day I got the flu, so I had to like take medication for it to be able to feel good enough to go to take the exam. And then so I got there like 2 hours early and was trying to review in my car, and with the flu and the medication, oh my god, I fell asleep until like 30 minutes before the time that I had to go in and take the exam. So considering being sick and not in my right mind, I feel I did pretty well for that exam. But still, it was like the hardest thing. Like I feel like everyone, like comparing to their OB-GYN score, like the score went like way down. Like I think I got like 617 for my abdomen, and it was like the hardest thing. Like literally 20 questions in, I felt like I was failing it. But yeah, I mean, hey, I passed. High score 700, but I don't know if anyone got like close to that. Hey, pass is pass, okay? Anyway, still applying for jobs. It's been very frustrating because I don't know, like I apply, but then they say they don't see the application. So now I don't know, like should I go reapply or what? I emailed HR, so I'm just waiting. But anyway, I hope this has been helpful in some way, because I don't remember exactly the type of questions. Besides, like 80% is multiple choices, okay? And then there were a couple of interactive questions where they give you an image, and then there's a drop down where you can select like certain answer, like okay, the sonographic findings part, and then the like treatment. So you say, it gives you an image of like this placenta, where the tip is really close to like the cervix, the internal os, and then it would ask you like, what do you think this pathology is? What do you think, like what else? There's something related to the treatment, I forgot, but you can do it. I mean, you've been learning this for the past 14-16 months. You see this at clinical site and you know what to choose, right? I'm sure you do. I believe in you. So and then there's a lot of questions with the image. Like they would give you a lot of like sonograms, really bad quality sonograms. Like sometimes literally I just pick a random answer because I didn't know what the hell I was looking at. But yeah, it's just the way it is, but you'll be fine. What else? I'm trying to see if I can remember more details and share this with you. Ow, my hair. It's like when you tie your hair for so long, it like hurts your scalp. What else? But yeah, for my OB-GYN, what I can remember is I got a lot of questions on the chapters that I didn't focus on. Like it always happens like that, so make sure you just study all the chapters equally. So I was very comfortable with all the pathologies of like fetal anomaly, so like achondroplasia, like all the trisomy, the syndrome that related to all the different trisomy 13, 21, 18. What else? And then the questions that I got that I wasn't sure, and I'm pretty sure I got those wrong, was like maternal syndromes. It's like one chapter at the end of this book, and it talks about, let me see, maternal syndrome. So like say if the mom has certain diseases like diabetes or what else, lupus or things like that, like what would you expect the baby to have? Like you have to need to know. And then like chromosomal abnormalities, that's a lot of like the trisomy. And I actually got a lot of questions about fetal anemia too. I mean, I just knew that I learned in class, and the textbook said that we have to Doppler the MCA, middle cerebral artery. That's it. But then we didn't really learn much about it. So one of those advanced questions, I'm sure they were like test questions, it's fine. You missed though, you're still good to go, okay? Don't worry too much. But know your, like all the pathology that you see on a daily basis, like say for the uterus, right? You see a lot of cysts, you see adenomyosis, you see like endometrial hyperplasia, things like that. And I feel like all of us got these kind of questions where like, okay, this patient, woman, 62, came in with bleeding, spotting, things like that, and then you found sonography finding is that your you see her endometrium is like really thick, and then like what question do you have to ask her? Like, hey, are you on any what is it, hormone replacement, or are you on tamoxifen? It's like the cancer medication for like breast cancer, and that could really increase the risk of the patients having endometrial hyperplasia, and that can be a high risk for like endometrial neoplasm cancer. Okay, sorry, I hope I'm not overwhelming you, but I'm just trying to tell you as much as I can remember right now before I forget everything. But yeah, abdomen was so hard. There was just so much information that I feel like even when you study like if you say you study every single day for like 2 months, like there's just so much information that at some point you will forget some if you can retain like others. But at the end you will pass. The things that you see on a daily basis at clinical site, you will remember, so you will be able to answer those questions really well. And a lot of them are like that, like say liver cysts or renal cysts or hydronephrosis of the kidney, things like that. And there were a couple of like pediatric questions too, like the Wilms tumor, adrenal hemorrhage, things like that. But okay, yeah, I think that is it, guys. That's all I can remember. I hope this has been helpful. Make sure to get those books. You can just rent them if you want, but I think I'm gonna buy this penny book because I have to return this to my friend. But then I'm gonna buy it, and save it here because it has such great information, summarize everything, and the pictures are great. Like, look at these. So these are more like the pictures that we see in person these days when we scan, right? But then during the board, the pictures are so bad. Like, honestly, there were so many. Again, I mentioned, like, I couldn't even tell what the heck I was looking at, and I just had to guess. Alright. Ah, it's so cold and raining, so I made it out of the house and I'm going out to see a friend of mine at a cafe. We're gonna get some dessert and then I'm gonna head to the mall and finally just get this task done, getting these presents. So yeah, wish me luck. I'm gonna go out now. See ya.
Sorry.